Today we are back in the Chili Prepper kitchen, and I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now going, oh. If you don't know how to use the kitchen, then what good is having the garden or doing any of this stuff that we do? A huge part of being a prepper, or just being prepared, being able to keep your supplies stocked up, so if something happens, you don't have to run to the grocery store. We've talked about this before. The chaos comes in, and it's all because of people. Yeah, the event might be something, but then people lose their freaking minds and they run to the grocery store and they steal all the toilet paper. I'm good, watch. After a couple weeks, read the comments. I'm going to get hate comments about that. You won't believe what I got over my toilet paper video back when they did it. Now, today we're not going to be cooking, but I want to show you every area you live in has its own specialties. And living in Western Colorado is very special. I know I talk a lot about the weather out here, and it's because we get really hot and we get really cool at night. We get massive swings because we're technically in the desert over here. Now, for most gardening, that sucks. It's hard to navigate around. It really introduces complexity into gardening. And it also introduces complexity in the farmers that I'm about to talk about. But out here we have a lot of things that we're really known for. Olathe sweet corn. If you ever get a chance to try Olathe sweet corn, do it. It'll change your life. From what I'm told, Kroger, so City Markets I know signed a contract with the Olathe growers. So it may, City Market's part of the Kroger network, it may show up in your area, especially if you're in one of the states surrounding Colorado. I know I've heard about it being down in Texas and places like that, but if you ever see Olathe sweet corn, grab it. We're known for apples, which I know a lot of areas of the United States is known for apples, but up in Cedar Edge, Colorado, is huge for apples. We have the big strawberry festival days. Glenwood area is really known for strawberries. But every single one of those don't even come close to comparing to Palisade peaches. If you've never had a Palisade peach, travel to Western Colorado just to get one during peach season. I honestly think it's one of the best things ever grown. When you bite into one of these peaches, it is absolutely amazing. There is nothing like it in the world. Now, the big problem with this and everything else I just talked about is they're seasonal. And what do we do when they're out of season? We spend a lot of time talking about the super hot peppers. But what do you do with those super hot peppers? Most of us are not dumb enough to bite into a Carolina Reaper or a Dorset Naga or a Ghost Pepper or a Primatali and just bite into it straight. So we've already talked about, and I don't know if I haven't done a full video on it yet, but I've told you I have freeze dryers. Now, disclaimer, I understand that they're expensive. A lot of people don't have freeze dryers, and I am not sponsored in any way. And I'm gonna be honest, freeze dryers can be a pain in the ass. Enter at your own risk when you do that, but a lot of this can be done with dehydrators too. So because I like to make a lot of hot sauces and barbecue sauces, and I like to cook with it, what do we do to keep that Palisade peach flavor all year long? And what do we do when the peach starts not looking so good? We put it in the almighty Ninja, we liquefy it, we pour it in trays, we put it in the freeze dryer, and it comes out as a powder. Now stick around if this interests you at all, because if this comes out as good as I think it's gonna come out, I'm gonna offer it for sale and just ship it straight to you. Most things that I've freeze dried come out tasting just as good as when they went into the freeze dryer. You could actually have a taste of Palisade peaches. So don't go nowhere, stick around and let's have some fun. First, we need our big ass knife. Then we rinse off some peaches, and all we're gonna do is cut them up and throw them in the awesome Ninja. Now, I'm gonna move kind of quick. I'm not gonna make this a long video. You're literally just cutting the flesh off. Now, these are actually overripe. And then once you get just a little bit full in here, all you're gonna do is blend it down. Now we're ready to throw more in. Now I put it in the little, I don't even know what they call this, but the little bullet that Ninja has just to blend it down even more. And then I've found that you really don't want to go over about 1.5 pounds per tray. So we're just going to pour this on the tray and see what one of these bullets weighs. That's what we're going to do. 1 bullet per tray. Two days later, and look what we have. Then what I found to be the easiest way when you're dealing with powders like this is get yourself a big Ziploc bag, break these big pieces up, put it in the bag, and then you can easily squeeze it into a powder. This is what you end up with. A big old board of what looks like colored styrofoam. So we're just going to break it into chunks that are going to fit in that big Ziploc bag. And if you dry it long enough, it's not usually too messy. And then the more you just keep crushing it inside of one of these bags, the finer the powder is going to be. And then you end up with just a jar of powder. This is my first go at it. Typically we do sliced Palisade peaches, and it's a great option because you can have them all year for good snacks and to munch on. But I've got a bunch of friends that are cooks, and I like to make a lot of hot sauce with all these crazy hot peppers that we're growing. So I thought, what better way to add peach flavor into a hot sauce than a powder? Let's see what we ended up with. Whoa, now that's some peach flavor. Like I talked about in the early part of the video, all areas, especially in the United States, but all areas of the world have what they're known for. Their fruits and vegetables that they're really known for growing, and for whatever reason, they grow really well in that area. The downfall is it's seasonal and you're stuck with waiting all year to get that Palisade peach. So we're always looking for the best way that we can to preserve that taste. And the freeze dryer is definitely a great option. Even though, like I said, they can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. You end up with jars of Palisade peach powder that you can make into hot sauces all year long, or you could cook into dishes. And then, of course, we're still going to make Palisade peach slices that we can eat all year long too. Hopefully you had interest in some part of this video, because I like doing these type of videos, and there's a whole lot more to being prepared than just having the garden. If you did get something out of this, please do me a favor, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It helps me out more than you know. I'm Steve with the Chili Pepper Channel, and we'll see you on the next one.